What's going on, all my toy collectors and Batman fans out there? You know who it is. It's your boy Ox, and welcome to the Cave of Wonders. Today we're going to be checking out some new Spin Master figures. These figures right here we're going to be looking at is Clayface, Robin, and Nightwing. Now these figures right here are made by Spin Master Toys and they are in the 4-inch line, but they're not going to be the same kind of sculpting as the typical 4-inch Spin Master figures. But then again, if you guys have been collecting Spin Master, you'll know that their 4-inch line is kind of everywhere based on their movie figures, the original figures when they first started making them in 2020, and then these new figures that just came out. Now this right here isn't the whole wave. There's a total of 8 figures in this wave, but I've seen the figures and I'm not really sure if I want to start collecting them just yet. I know I like these figures specifically, but I didn't like some of the other figures just because they looked a little longer and lengthy, and I don't want to start collecting more 4-inch figures that are taller than the other 4-inch figures that I have, because like I said, if you guys collect the Spin Master figures, you guys know that their scaling is kind of everywhere. Like the Batman figures are going to be shorter or taller compared to the other 4-inch figures that they already got. Let's go ahead and crack these babies open and take a look. That way you guys can make your choice whether or not you guys want to start collecting this line of the new Spin Master Batman figures. Let's get into it. Okay, now starting off with Robin first, taking a look at the front of the box, you can see that Batman logo right there, letting you know that this character is affiliated with Batman. You can see down here the company that makes these figures, which is Spin Master, for ages 3 and up. Up at the top it says DC and shows a little image of Batman right there. The character we're going to be looking at is Robin. Now I'm not sure what Robin this is. I'm going to guess it's Tim Drake because this looks too old to be Jason Todd, and Dick Grayson ended up turning into Nightwing. So I'm going to guess this is probably Tim Drake as Robin. Has a number 2 right there, and it says accessories, letting you know that there's 2 accessories in here. Now I'm not sure what accessories are in here until we pop this baby open, okay? I've already measured the box up for you. It's 5.5 inches long by 6.5 inches tall by 1.5 inches in depth, okay? So that's how much shelf space you're going to need when you're displaying this. This right here is the back of the box showing you some of the other figures that are in this wave. Now, I've seen all of these at Target when I went there, and they're rough, I think about $7.99. I just only wanted these 3 right here, just because these figures are a little bit skinnier than the other Spin Master figures that they had started coming out with when they got the license in 2020. So I don't want to start collecting another line of figures. I'm just going to buy these for this Batmobile that they came out with last year. And yep, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and crack this baby out of the box. And here's Robin out of the box right here. I do want to let you guys know that unlike most of the other Spin Master figures, rather than having these individual little boxes, normally there's like 3 little boxes that you open up individually, end up showing you the weapons or the accessories that come inside. Instead, right here, you just open up the top, and then if I can get it out, it's a little bag inside right there. And this is where your accessories are right here, okay? So, go ahead and rip that open. And it should have 2 accessories in here. And it does. Let's go ahead and move this Robin out the way real quick. All right, it has this little grappling launcher. It looks like that it maybe hooks onto his hand or maybe hooks into his hand right there. Has some cool little details on it. It's only painted silver, obviously. These figures are only $7.99, so you're not going to get a whole bunch of crazy extra paint schemes or nothing. And then he comes with this little bow staff right here, okay? Nothing amazing about it, but it is a cool accessory that that Robin's meant to come with. And I really like this, too. I thought this was pretty cool. I'm going to guess it probably fits into his hand. And right here's the Robin. Now, like I said, most of the other Spin Master figures from when they first got the license would normally come with, like I said, three sets of weapons, if I remember. And you can open each individual box to see what's inside of each one of these little cases. But for some reason, they dropped it down to 2 weapons. Who knows? Trying to save money or something. I'm not really for sure. Possibly because these are all new sculpted figures compared to the fact that when they first started coming out, they were just reissuing the same, sculpted figures, just repaints. But yeah, I've already measured him out for you guys. He measured out to exactly 4 inches, and I'll do a comparison of the older Spin Master figures to see exactly how they compare with each other as well, all right? But taking a look at him, he actually is a really cool figure. When I said earlier that I didn't want to collect the figures on the back of the box right here, it's not because I have an issue with those figures. It's just because I'm already collecting the old ones, and I have most of the characters for those old ones, so I don't want to start recollecting more Spin Master, all the figures all over again. But I ain't gonna lie, this Robin does look really cool. He doesn't look like a young Robin. He looks like an older Robin. So like like a weathered Robin. So I really like that compared to the other Spin Masters, which you'll see later in my comparison. They end up looking a lot younger. So I really like this Robin right here, and that's why I got him. But yeah, awesome paintwork. Still has that hole in the back. There's no cape on him, which isn't a problem for me. I don't mind my Robin not having a cape, especially not when he's in like this really cool looking tactical suit right here. Now, if you guys are familiar with these figures, you already know their articulation, but just because these are the newer Spin Master figures, I wanted to go ahead and go over it real quick. Head does turn. It doesn't go up and down. Arms do come up. They do rotate. You're not going to have any kind of bicep swivel, but he is going to single jointed elbows right there, and they do rotate at the elbow as well. The hands don't move right here, so you're not going to have any wrist articulation. Body doesn't rotate, no kind of ab crunch or anything like that, not for this price range. Legs do kick up pretty far. They do kick up straight pretty far as well. You are going to have a thigh swivel right here, so it does rotate right there. He is going to have single jointed knees, and they also do rotate at the knees as well. And he's not going to have any kind of feet or toe articulation, no kind of pivot or anything like that, okay? So don't expect that from these figures. Like I said, I think it was $7.99 I paid for these figures, all right? Let's go ahead and throw those weapons in his hands real quick. And here he is with both of them accessories in his hand. You can see he holds his little bow staff really well. That right there is a little grappling launcher. It just slides right into his hand. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the figure. Now, like I said, I do think it looks really cool. He does have a lot of detail all in his leg and everything like that, all these different little pouches and stuff like that. Some of them aren't painted, but for the most part, everything is pretty well painted. I love the color scheme. It's Screaming Robin with the red and the green and the yellow, so I love the way that looks. I even like the fact that his mask isn't even painted black. It's painted green. His eyes are nice and bright white. I thought that was a pretty cool little detail right there. But yeah, man, pretty cool figure. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Moving on to Nightwing. Now, this right here definitely is Dick Grayson. You guys can see the same packaging as the figure we just looked at before. Character right here is Nightwing, and then it's going to come with 2 accessories as well, okay? Same dimensions on the packaging and everything, so I'm not going to go over all that. Same information on the back of the box, let you know the figures that are in this wave. Like I said, I got these from Target, and they're roughly around about $7.99, okay? Right there's a barcode in case you guys need it. Nothing on the bottom. Let's go ahead and crack Nightwing out of the box. And here's Dick Grayson out of the box. He does come with these weapons right here. Let's go ahead and go over those real quick. They actually come in this really cool little Batman bag. I don't know if you guys want to keep these or not. They're not like a zip closed bag or nothing like that. They did have a little piece of tape on it. I just cut it right here. But if you guys want to collect these little bags, you guys can, I guess. The other original Spin Master figures didn't end up coming with little bags or whatever, so they just pull them right out of the box. Now, here we go. What do we got here? Let's move him back real quick so I can focus on these weapons. Oh, it comes with 3 weapons. It said it came with 2, but on the front of the box right there, but it ended up coming with 3. I'm not sure if they're just counting this as one weapon right here. But he has his little, I can't remember what these are called. They're not bows or something like that, but they're like his, I think, damn, not size. I can't remember what they're called. But his little sticks that end up fitting in the back of his, or in his hands, and they normally go in the back right here, and they hook into some kind of little thing that ends up holding them. But yeah, these right here goes inside of his hands, and then he comes with a little batarang right here, or, excuse me, Nighterang, I guess you would call it. And it's pretty cool because it actually looks like the symbol on his chest, his little Nightwing symbol. So I think that's actually pretty cool because I think this is the first time I actually have one of these for one of my action figures. So yeah, pretty cool right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure up close. Now, just like the Robin figure, he's very detailed as far as the plastic sculpting goes. You guys can see all his little abs right there sticking out. You can see a bunch of little stuff that, I mean, if you wanted to take out the time, you guys could paint all these little pouches. Make sure my camera's picking up. See all these little pouches right there? Little buttons on the pouches. They come all the way down. Now, obviously, he's meant to be, you know, all black with the blue all shining and everything. But if you guys wanted to take out the time, you guys could paint all these. Maybe add some kind of weathering or something like that. Because he does have a lot of tactical stuff on his suit. Even on the back right here, you can see like that same little Nightwing logo that's kind of on the front right there. So he does have a lot of cool sculpting. It's just not all of it is painted. But if you guys wanted to take out the time, you guys could paint all these little things. And like I said, maybe add some dry brush to it or something and make it all pop. Even right here in the blue in his gauntlets and everything like that. Like I said, this wasn't an expensive figure, but I think they did a really good job on adding all these extra features to it. So I think that's pretty cool right there. Let's go ahead and throw his weapons in his hands real quick. And right here he is with both of those little sticks. Like I said, I can't remember the name of those things right there, but he ends up holding them really well. Now he's going to have all the same articulation as Robin just had. Head's going to turn, arms are going to come up, rotate. He's going to only have articulation in the elbows and in the knees, but it also is going to rotate as well at the knees as well. Same calf articulation right here. No kind of ab crunch, or his waist isn't going to swivel or anything like that. And like I said, his head doesn't look up and down, all right? But yeah, man, pretty cool looking figure. I love the way it looks. I'm not going to go ahead and throw this in there. Well, let me go ahead and see if he'll hold it. I'm sure he will hold it, but let's see. There we go. Yep. Right there's his little Nightwing, I guess you'd call it, that he can end up throwing right there. So pretty awesome looking figure. Let's go ahead and move on to the last one, which is Clayface, all right? All right, last figure right here is my boy Clayface. You guys can see all the same typical Spin Master packaging for these new wave of figures that they've been releasing. This is Clayface right there. He's supposed to come with 2 accessories. Like I said, that Nightwing, I think they just counted his two bow staffs or whatever. Maybe they counted both of those as just one weapon. All right, all the same packaging dimensions. You know, 5.5 inches, 6.5 inches tall by 1.5 inches in depth. Okay. Everything on the back is exactly the same as what you've already seen. In case you guys need that barcode, it's right there. Nothing really on the bottom except a bunch of gibberish. Let's go ahead and crack Clayface out of this box. And here's Clayface out of the box, and this figure looks really, really cool. When I seen that they had these new Spin Master figures in stock, because I'm not gonna lie, at Target I haven't really seen any Spin Master figures lately. I'm not really sure, probably because they're moving over to this new style that they're coming out with right here. But when I seen them, I was like, oh my god, please, please, I hope they have this Clayface, and I'm glad they did, because this guy looks really cool. Now it says he comes with 2 accessories on the box, but I just feel one really big accessory. I'm not really sure what he can do. He doesn't have any hands to hold anything, so I guess we're gonna see what accessory he actually comes with. And he comes with a rock. It comes with a rock, but it looks like it cracks open. Oh, maybe you can fit Batman in there. Maybe we'll try and see that if we can maybe fit a figure in there and maybe squeeze it in, or maybe this is something he he could just knock around and throw. But it does have 2 little holes in there. I'm not really sure what for. Who knows, maybe you can throw it in the water, put water in there, maybe drain the water out or something. I'm not really sure why it has the holes in there or what it's for, because it does look a little too small to fit a Batman or a Robin figure in there. But who knows, or maybe he just slams his hammer or his little mace down on it and then it's supposed to break open or something. I'm not really for sure, but I figure he didn't have any kind of weapons because he doesn't have any hands to hold anything. So, but I didn't know if something maybe popped off and you could fit in a different, maybe like an axe or something like that. But yeah, pretty cool little rock thing, but I just don't know exactly what it's for at this moment. Like I said, we'll try and fit a figure in there if we can bend them all to crap and see what happens, all right? Now, I've already measured him out for you. He's a 1/2 inch bigger than the other figures that came out to 4 inches. He ended up measuring out to 4.5 inches, which is cool because I want him to tower over, Batman or Robin and them, because he's, Clayface is meant to be a lot bigger and a lot more brooding, okay? Now let's go ahead and take a look at them up close. Lots of detail. If you guys been collecting Spin Master from when they first got the license in 2020, you guys remember there was a Clayface that came in a 2-pack with a motorcycle, and he was a lot shorter. He was shorter than Batman. He was big, like wide, and he sat like crunched down, like, he was a mud figure, so it looked like, he was dripping mud, but he was really short compared to those other ones. He just was kind of stuck in one pose to where his arm was like stretched out over here and stuff like that. But so this is a really good new addition to these Spin Master figures, this Clayface figure right here. And you guys can see all the little drippings and clay texture detail all in here. There's little tiny holes right there. I love the fact that they actually just connected the weapons onto his hand. That way you don't have to keep unattaching them and stuff like that. I thought that was actually really cool. Lots of different paint in here as well. It's not just one, tannish brown. You can see where it's like darker brown here, lighter brown right there. They actually painted his eyes are nice and bright yellow. He has all these different rows of teeth in there, which is, kind of like a monster where like there's teeth up here, teeth in the back, teeth in the back. So I thought that was actually really cool. Same hole right there. I'm not sure what this is for. I think it's maybe for the first Spin Master figures. Maybe you could hold your weapons in there, maybe slide them in there or something like that, but I'm not really sure what that's for. Or maybe when they make the figure, they just, stick it on there and then it, gets sculpted out or something. I'm not really for sure exactly what that's for. All right, but you shouldn't have any trouble standing this figure has big old wide feet. Let's go over the articulation real quick. His head does move side to side just like that, all the way around if you want him looking up like that. All right, doesn't go up, it doesn't go down. His arms do come up, they do rotate right here. He does have swivel at the elbows. They also do bend. They do bend in, just single jointed elbows right there. Wrists don't move right here or anything like that at this little square hammer thing. He doesn't have any kind of ab crunch or nothing like that. Legs do kick up pretty far, do kick up like that. They don't bend at the knee, but they do swivel right here at the thigh. Okay, no kind of toe articulation or feet pivot or anything like that. Okay. But yeah, man, pretty awesome figure, man. I'm really excited to actually get this figure. Like I said, I wasn't planning on collecting this line, and I probably still ain't gonna collect a whole bunch of them. But I'm definitely happy with the figures that I did just get. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you them all together, and then I'm gonna do a couple comparisons for you guys. Okay. And here's all three of the figures together. As you guys can see, like I said, Clayface is towering over them by just a little bit, only a half an inch, all right? Now, I tried to go ahead and fit a figure in here, and it wasn't going to happen. This thing is obviously too small to fit anything inside of it. But I'm going to guess maybe he just takes his little mace or hammer and he just smashes down on it, and it just crumbles, or maybe you just fake like he's throwing it at Robin or Nightwing or something like that if you guys want to, okay? But yeah, let's do a couple other comparisons real quick of some of the older Spin Master figures so you guys can get a look, and maybe you guys will be able to make up your mind whether or not you guys want to start collecting this newer looking design of the Spin Master figures, all right? And here's a comparison of two different Nightwings. This right here was the original Nightwing that had came out by Spin Master. There's not a date on the bottom of it, so I don't know if it was 2020 or 2021, but this was their first try at doing Nightwing right here, and this is the new one. Both were around the same price point range, if I remember, but you guys can look close and you guys can see that, yeah, they're the same height. I can't get his legs to close together. They're like kind of spread open or whatever, but same height, but you can see how much wider this older Nightwing figure is in the chest, the arms, and even his head. Even his head is a lot wider than this new Nightwing right here. So these figures are a little bit more skinnier than the older Spin Master figures that they were doing. And as you guys can see, as far as detail goes, this new figure has a lot more detail. The sculpting, even the abs are all sculpted all in, little pouches on the side of it and everything like that. These older figures don't have all that. You might get a little bit in his little gauntlets right there, but there's no extra kind of stuff in the plastic or anything that's sculpted in the plastic. But like I said, I just don't want to collect these figures because, you know, they're not fitting in well with these figures right here as far as the aesthetic of how they look, with the wideness of them and the size of them and everything like that. They do look cool. They just look a lot skinnier and more lengthy than these figures right here. Let's go ahead and move on to Robin real quick. And here's the both Robins next to each other. This right here is the new one. This right here is the original one that Spin Master had came out with. Like I said, there's no date on these figures, so I'm not sure if this is 2020, 2021. But if you guys are familiar with Spin Master, you'll know that they've released a whole bunch of Robins with this same sculpt right here. They just painted them different. Some either didn't have a cape, or some had a little hoodie on, or some were like clear translucent red and stuff like that. But a lot of different paint schemes with this exact same figure right here. So there's a whole bunch of Robins that look just like this. It's just they're painted different, okay? But this is the closest one I could get that fits the same color scheme as this new Robin right here, okay? And you guys can see what I was talking about the wideness. Look how wide this old Spin Master Robin's head is compared to this new Robin right here. And then again, this one right here definitely has the baby face of Robin, and this one has a more older, mature Robin, maybe in his 20s or something like that, compared to this one right here, who just looks like a teenager. But as you guys can see, they're basically the same height. It's just he just looks a lot older, which is actually pretty cool. That's why, only reason why I even bought the figure is I was like, because I got tired of buying the same sculpts by Spin Master. I'm like, I'm not buying those same sculpts, man. I'm tired of it. Just the different repaints. You know, you got to give me something new. So I'm really happy that Spin Master is doing something new. So when I say, like I said earlier about buying into the wave, I just want to make sure if I'm going to buy into it, you know, I'm not just replacing all these figures all over again, you know. And you guys can see all the different details and everything like that. All the wraps around his ribs, around his arms and everything like that. You can see this old Robin actually has some of that right here in his chest, but none of that stuff is painted or anything like that. So, but yeah, just wanted to show you guys the difference between these two Robin figures. Let's go ahead and move on to Clayface real quick. And here's a quick comparison of this new Clayface next to one of McFarlane's DC Multiverse Clayfaces. I don't have the original Spin Master Clayface that was in that 2-pack. I do have him, but I don't have him opened up. He's actually in my storage room in the back of the cave or whatever. Just because when Spin Master first started releasing these figures, I didn't open them up. I wanted to see how far they would go. I got tired of buying into figures, new lines of figures, and then they weren't going anywhere. So I'd buy them, and then, you know, I'd wait and see before I open them and see what would happen. Because if I didn't end up liking them or they didn't end up coming out with nothing new, I'd just sell them, all right? But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys at least this figure standing next to this other Clayface right here. You can see this multiverse mega figure Clayface towers over this one. But the reason I wanted to show them to you is because look at all the cool sculpting in here. Spin Master did a really good job, definitely stepping up. I'm not going to lie, over the last few years, I just kind of was like done with Spin Master. They weren't releasing anything. And if they were releasing something, it was just a repaint or, you know, something that I wasn't basically into. And I just wanted to show you guys just how cool the sculpting is with all the mud and everything like that. Now, obviously, this is a lot bigger figure. This figure cost like $40 compared to this one, which was like $7.99. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys just the size comparison. He's like, oh yes, Junior Clayface, go play, go play. Yum yum Rocky, yum yum Rocky. You know, just just how big he is. Pretty cool looking little figures, man. All right, now last thing, I just wanted to show you guys exactly why I bought these figures. I wanted to display them with this new Batmobile they had came out with. I think this came out earlier in the year or towards the end of last year of 2023. But this Batmobile ended up coming with a Batman, and that's this Batman right here. And the reason I really wanted these figures, because this Batman looks so much more tactical with the way he looked, with everything all being painted right here on the side. Like I said, how skinny he is compared to their first you know, Batmans that they had came out with that, like I said, are a lot more wider in the chest. Arms are bigger, legs are bigger, even the head is bigger than this figure, as you guys can see. I really love this figure right here. This one, like I said, I think this came out in 2020, maybe 2021. But with how these new figures look, with being so, you know, lengthy and some of them a little bit taller, I wanted a figure that I wanted a Batman that would actually go well with these, and he actually does go really well with these figures right here. So that's why I really ended up buying into these new wave of Spin Master figures, is because I wanted something to go with this Batmobile on my shelf when displaying. Because if you guys see this Batman, you know, next to this Robin and stuff, it just doesn't end up scaling well. I know they're same size, but they're just really skinny. These figures have so much more detail than these ones right here. So that's the only reason why I just wanted to get these new figures right here and have something to display with this Batmobile, just because I think they all look really good with it. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you guys find these, like I said, at Target, roughly around about $7.99, I hope you guys are able to get them. Until next time, stay cool.